رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. Al-Qur'an is the book of peace. The peace in the society, and most importantly, peace for our hearts. It has been giving peace to billions of people throughout the history who have been reciting it. It strengthens their faith, gives them trust in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, hope in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, gives them sabr, perseverance, steadfastness, and so on. The message of the Qur'an can be translated and understood in any language, but the Arabic Qur'an is a miracle. It cannot be translated. Let me prove it by quoting an Urdu couplet, and I'm sure most of you understand Urdu here. Regarding history or about history, the poet says, कैसे कैसे ऐसे वैसे हो गए, कैसे कैसे ऐसे वैसे हो गए, ऐसे वैसे ऐसे कैसे हो गए. I challenge you to translate this to English. You cannot. One of our friends translated it like this: how this that became, how this that became, this that how became. It's nonsense. You just killed it. If you say great people became ordinary and ordinary people became great, you know, the beauty, the balance, the power, the passion, everything is lost. That is there in this small couplet. My point is, if human composition cannot be translated, how can you translate the composition of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? And that's why you see the stories that Umar radiallahu anhu, when he heard Surah Taha, beginning of that, he became Muslim. So the point is, Al-Quran is in Arabic, and we have to understand the Arabic language. When you open the Quran, when you listen to the Imam, or when you're reciting the Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is talking to you directly. It is pure. It is powerful. It is amazing. It is live. Allah wants to see how my slave is reacting to it. Is he asking for something? Is he seeking protection for something? Is he planning to do something in response to my instructions? But if I don't understand the Quran, I lose all of that. To understand the Quran, let me ask you a couple of questions. The Mus'haf, which is available in most of the masajid, has 600 pages. How many pages are there? 600. Please answer the questions. Most of us even don't understand, don't know how many pages are there in the Mus'haf. How many pages are there? 600. And on each page of the Mus'haf, there are 15 lines. How many lines? 15 lines. And in each line of the Mus'haf, there are 9 words. How many words? 9 words on the average. Therefore, on each page of the Mus'haf, you have 15 times 9, which is 135, or roughly 130 words. Each page of the Quran has 130 words approximately. How many words? 130. 600 pages, each page has 130 words, so the total number of words in the Quran are 130 times 600, which is 78,000. Roughly 80,000 words. To understand the Quran, you have to understand 80,000 words. But you know that most of the words are repeated. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has repeatedly said, وَلَقَدْ يَسَّرْنَا الْقُرْآنَ لِلذِّكْرِ. We have indeed made Al-Quran easy to understand and take lessons. How is it easy? Let me just give you a wonderful aspect of it. The miracle of ease of the Quran. How it is easy. If you just understand Salah, which is Surah Al-Fatiha. Last 6 commonly recited Surah, Surah Al-Asr, Al-Nasr, Qul Ya Ayyuhal Kafirun, Qul Huwallah, Qul A'udhu Rabbil Falaq, Qul A'udhu Rabbin Nas, and the Adhkar of Salah, which is, Adhan and Tasbihat of Ruku' and Sujood and Tashahhud, and pray for the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam and the prayers before and after Salam. If you just understand all of these, you learn 100 words in the Qur'an of Arabic, which occur in the Qur'an 40,000 times. 40,000 times. If you just understand the Salah, that means 50% of the Quranic words. Every second word in this Mus'haf occurs from your daily Salah. How easy and miraculous it is to understand the Quran. And that's what we have done. We have used that miracle of ease and developed a simple course which we have offered twice through Al-Manar Center and offered it throughout in different countries. And here is the book, which is available in our stall. It has the textbook and the workbook and the poster and the vocabulary card to carry with you all the times, and the DVD for 9 hours. Use it and learn it. How long are we going to neglect it? How long? We have, unfortunately I say, we have conferences, we have meetings, we have schools, we have universities, and 90% of us non-Arabs don't understand even the single page of the Quran. This is a disaster. We should be ashamed of that. How can we, if we don't understand the Quran, how can we convey to the rest of humanity what the message is? What are we doing? What are our priorities? Where are we? There's a big hole in our priorities. If we don't understand the Quran, what are we going to convey? In spite of the emphasis given by the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, he said, خَيْرُكُمْ مَنْ تَعَلَّمَ الْقُرْآنَ وَعَلَّمَهُ. The best of you is the one who learns the Quran and teach it. And the only book we don't teach in our schools throughout the Muslim, non-Arab Muslim world with understanding is Al-Quran. We teach English with understanding. We teach local languages with understanding. But the only book we don't teach is Al-Quran. We have, when it comes to Quran, we have least paid teachers. We have, most of others are qualified. But when it comes to Quran, unfortunately. So I want you to start. Start with it. I am, as I said, engineering professor. This is a non-profit work. Okay, I'm not promoting a business here. Take it and give it to others. Give it gifts, propagate it, implement it. We are implementing in different schools. We have thousands of children learning this. How do we teach? We teach word for word. Alhamdu, all praise. Lillahi, for Allah. Rabb, the Lord. Al-Alameen, of the words. Repeat it 10 times, you know all the words. Similarly, how do we teach our own? Similarly, when you go further, in fact, last week I met a 3-year-old kid who was doing this Huwa, Hum, Fa'ala, Fa'alu, 3-year-old kid who learned it from our Peace TV Urdu program. I didn't even see him. I met him just last week. If he can do it, you can learn Arabic grammar too. It's so simple. Not only that, even the advanced grammar, we teach it in interesting ways. Like Fataha, there is Fataha, Nasara, Daraba, Sami'a. We say, instead of going the typical Arabic grammar style, we say, if you open the Quran, Fataha, Allah will help you. Nasara, otherwise you will be hit. Daraba, therefore listen. Sami'a, these are 4 important types of Arabic, verbs. Similar. Not only that, when it comes to, we're not limiting here, we want to go further. When it comes to even reciting, remembering the names of surah, the message, we want to let them remember the message of surahs on the fingertips. Like Surah Al-Kahf has 4 topics. Like Surah Al-Imran has 4 topic branches. surah. Let me just tell you a simple trick to remember first 9 surahs of the Qur'an. Al-Fatiha, Al-Baqarah, Al-Imran, Al-Nisa, Al-Ma'idah, An'am, A'raf, Anfal, and Tawbah. After asking guidance in Al-Fatiha, don't be like Al-Baqarah, Ashab al-Baqarah, who are avoiding the commandments of Allah. But be like the family of Qari Imran, whose women sacrificed their life, like Maryam and their mother. And they did not just prepare food tables, Al-Ma'idah. And after eating food, don't be like An'am, cattle. Don't live like An'am. Okay? But try to reach to the heights, Al-A'raf. How? By doing nafil in addition to fard and fad, and doing istighfar and tawbah. Repeat it 10 times and you know the sequence. We want to teach the Qur'an. Teach them all the skills like positive attitude, confidence, optimism, perseverance, all these concepts. Unfortunately, Qur'an is not taught like that. It is the least preferred program in our schools. Lastly, I would say we have developed a